that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. I love when my phone says happening now. Our event is happening now. All right, Eric F. King here. Appreciate all of you being on. This is Motivational Monday with Eric and friends. And I am so excited today because number one, we have an incredible topic. And number two, we have incredible people to talk about the incredible topic. So today we are talking about proven ways to get new customers and clients. And we have Amberly Shreve, Leah Garcia, Zan Anagru, and Annie Awesome. They are all over the world today, and they are here to give you value as always. So I don't know where you're seeing me from, whether you're on LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube, wherever it is, share it with at least two people. Okay, share it with at least two people because you know people that need this information just as much as you do. Okay, so let's pack the house this morning. And by the way, definitely leave a comment. Let us know where you're zooming in from, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever it is, and then start putting together your questions. Okay, put questions in the chat because we have some experts here. All right, so before I go to our panelists, I just want to share a couple things, okay, about the mindset of acquiring customers and clients, right? So, I've been working with business owners for many years. Okay, I've been a sales coach for over 15 years, helping entrepreneurs 2x, 3x, 10x their sales without being pushy. And one thing I found is people are focused so much on money, and focusing on money doesn't actually make you money. Because if it did, everybody would be rich, right? But what they should be focusing on is serving people, because money comes from people, right? People, right? So today we're going to dive into that, how to find more people to serve them, because once you do that, then you'll make more money. Okay. So whether your goal is to, build your business so you can quit your job or travel or help more people or help your family, whatever it is, you need more clients. And here's the kicker. You don't need any particular client. Okay. You don't need any particular client. The reason I say that is because a lot of people get hung up on one person. Like, Eric, I called him 6 times. I texted him. I DM'd him, and he'd be a perfect client. And I said, well, apparently he's not a perfect client. Move on. Because there are other people out there praying for what you got. All right, so we're gonna get started, folks. We're gonna get started. My first speaker that I'm gonna bring on actually hails from California, right, where it is 4:04 in the morning. We appreciate her sacrificing her time, her sleep time, because most people are sleeping at that time, to be here with us. She is a financial expert, and I love having her on our show every time. Why? Because everybody needs to know more about finances, right? Everybody needs to know how to make money, invest money. People say, uh, um, money doesn't buy you happiness. Well, I think some broke person thought about that and brought that up one day, because rich people don't talk like that. right? Rich people don't talk like that. So anyway, and she's also a black belt in karate. I have to say that because I know people in martial arts. My son is in martial arts, and it is hard to get to like yellow belt. or wait, green or blue. She went or brown. Like, she went all the way to the top, right? Black belt. So I have a lot of respect for her. So without further ado, Leah Garcia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. My name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. And it is my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so you can build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth. Well, I love what you shared, Eric. I like to frame it this way. They say money doesn't buy happiness. It's true, but broke doesn't buy anything. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to get more customers. Number 1, the first one is stop putting on the gas and the brake. Imagine going on the highway 80 miles an hour and slamming on the emergency brake. What kind of catastrophe would that be? Huge, right? Catastrophic. But I see people doing this all the time. And this is what I mean by that. We're working so hard. We're getting up late. We're getting up early. We're staying up late. We're working on weekends. We're missing birthdays and events. But as soon as it comes time to collect the check, we start to push it away. And we say things like, only greedy people. I don't want to be greedy. I just want to be comfortable. And they push the money away. Folks, we have to upgrade our mindset and be ready to receive. We're working to build this business. And so when we're ready to receive, and all the work that we've done is going to start coming back to us. Number 2, become a child at Christmas. This is what I mean by that. Ask for referrals. And how do children at Christmas ask for things? All the time. They ask for it in the morning, in the evening, on the weekends. And I like to use a pre-frame. So when you're asking for referrals, don't wait till the end of your presentation and ask for referrals. Ask on the front end. And I say it like this part of the beginning of my presentation. As I go through my presentation, you know what happens a lot of times is that people start to come to mind. And when that does, go ahead and jot down their names, first names only. And when you're happy and excited about my service, then I will have earned the right for their last names. Is that fair? And they always say, yes, that's fair. So set the intention in the beginning. Number 3, this is big. This is so big. I probably should charge you for it, but I'm going to give it to you for free because you're here. It's called divine download. Get quiet, meditate, go for a walk, turn off your phone. And that's when you can really receive those divine downloads, those inspiration, those golden nuggets. And Eric always says, if you have something, a recorder, or jot it down. And those are the inspirations are coming to you from somewhere, and then act on them, right? Remember this in closing. Remember this. It's no longer who we know. It is who knows us. That's what matters most. So that's my time. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Incredible, incredible nuggets as always. All right. All right. So we're going to keep it moving, keep it moving. For those of you that are on LinkedIn, if you can share this with the people you know, because I think for some reason there are 2 links out there. so share it in the other in the other chat. Okay, so let's keep on going. Our next speaker hails from Maryland. Okay, so we're coming to the East Coast now, and I met her in a meetup group. Okay, a meetup group, which is a great way to meet people, right? A meetup group, a business networking group, right? And one of the things I love about her is that she is so good at teaching people how to connect with other people, right? How to, she's a business communication expert. She teaches you about building lasting relationships in business. And there's nothing more important than that in business. All right. There's nothing more important than that. So we are going to go out to Maryland to hear from Mrs. Amberly Shreve.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I am Amberly Shreve, and I am with Promptings powered by Send Out Cards and Keep on Sharing. And I love this topic so much because this is something that could absolutely transform your business. When you're first starting out, you're not quite sure what to do. You're trying to figure everything out. Look, take a deep breath. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to show up as our authentic self. Because I'm telling you right now, people are going to smell fake from a mile away. And you do not want to do that. You want to show up as your authentic self, be who you are. Let it just exude from your pores and just be the best version of yourself and just show up in that way. People will, number one, they're going to respect that, and they're going to say, you know what, that is something that I can work with. We're always going to lead with love, and I'm telling you right now, I know that seems really crazy, but if you show up in a compassionate, loving way, you are going to gain clients. People are going to want to be around you. People do not want to be around people that are sucking the life out of them, bringing them down, and not focusing on areas that are that where you can grow and stretch, and you can find those areas in which you're going to move through spaces within business that are going to help you become better in what you're doing. You have to lead with love. You absolutely have to show up in a beautiful way. You really do. We're going to find things that are relatable to the people that we're meeting with. You're going to be listening to key points or topics that people are talking about where you can say, that's pretty interesting. You know, I can completely relate to that because I had this happen or that happen. You have to find areas where you can connect with someone to build on that relationship. If you do not have things in common, if you are not willing to meet people where they are, it's going to be very, very hard to build that relationship. And one of my favorite pieces is, how are you going to stay memorable? Are you going to follow up with this person? Are you going to even maybe send them a card and thank them for the gift of their time? How are you going to stay memorable with this person so they know how to refer you? They know how to connect with you, and they know how to be able to share your information with others. Referrals, word of mouth, that's how people get to know other people. Believe it or not, referrals and word of mouth is a huge piece. Networking is a great piece. When you go and you visit different networking sites, or you maybe have in-person networking, that's how I met Eric, of course. And different groups, that's going to bring different personalities. And everyone knows someone who knows someone who knows someone. And that's how you build on those relationships. Digital marketing is a great piece. What are you doing digitally to put yourself out there in the most beautiful way? Strategic partners. Who are your power partners? Who are those people that you're working with that know what you do? They know your heart. They know your mission, your vision, and how can they showcase you in the best way to make sure that you are receiving the clients that you are looking to connect with that are like-minded. Email marketing, you know, guys, I do not do a ton of email marketing, just being honest with you. I go more in, I want to meet with that person. I want to learn about your family. I want to learn about the things that you love, your passion, your purpose, how you were able to get where you are today. I want to know that side of you so that we can build and go from there. Maybe even offer some free trials, maybe offer a 30-minute session, or if you have something free that you're able to offer people to get the idea of who you are, have them try it out. And lastly, optimize your online presence. Again, if people do not know who you are, if they do not see you out there, if they do not know your mission, your vision, what you're bringing to the table, how in the world are they going to want to meet with you? And at least you need to give them an idea of why you do what you do. So make sure, please lead with love, my sweet friends. There are so many people in this world that just need, they need compassion, they need empathy, they need someone to really, truly meet them where they are. And I think those relationships will be absolutely beautiful. So that's my time for now. And back to you, Eric.
All right. Thank you so much, Amberly. Appreciate that. Great tips as always. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Our next speaker is in Europe. So now we're going from Maryland all the way across the pond to Europe. And this is a guy that, he makes people famous. Just like he says, he makes people famous, right? A lot of people that I see online, like Leah, like Zion, I wouldn't have met them if I didn't see them on LinkedIn. And he introduced me to these LinkedIn rooms. And so it's a pleasure to introduce him. And he knows a lot about marketing. So, take out your pens or iPads or whatever, phones to get some knowledge on how to get new customers and clients. All right, my friend, the floor is yours. Any awesome.
You're far too kind, Eric. You are the superstar, my friend. You are the one that brought many of us together, with your sales genius. So, glad to be here, of course. And this is a huge topic everyone wants to engage with. Don't believe anyone who tells you you don't need money. You need money. Without money, you're broke, right? And the ones who say I don't need money, look further into who they are. You find that they've got money from somewhere else that they're not working for. They're lying to us. And literally, don't fall for it. You need money, right? That's my way of saying in business, you have pretty much two goals, two things to do. Only two things. Create a product that works, a service that works, number one. Number two, be marketing every day. Marketing is your job. That's what the business. If you don't market, you're gonna go bankrupt. No customers, you're in trouble. Marketing is everyone who makes money, who builds a successful business. The only thing that they say they regret is not doing enough marketing earlier on. Don't be that person. Market your market. Be where your customers are. That's my tip number one. If you want to sell to people, who do you serve? Where are they? And your task is to get yourself in front of them and get your message in front of them at the right time, in the right way. When they're thinking, I need that product or service that you offer. If you're not there, someone else will fill that space, right? And the vacuum is a danger to all of us. Now, be there and be there to at least give yourself half a chance of them considering what you do when the time comes. But again, of course, Amber Lee, and Leah have pretty much given you half the recipe already. Pretty much so. I said today, every marketing method works if your clients are there. Yes, no, I don't like TikTok, but I know there's customers there, but my customers are not there. My customers are on LinkedIn, right? So I spend my days on LinkedIn. But if your customers are on TikTok, that's why I just don't like it anyway. Your customers are on that platform. You spend your time there, my friend. You engage them. And so the whole point today is to build a community of people. Again, don't make the mistake that some people make, which is I need customers. Oh, I better get out there, networking and posting. No, do all this in advance, my friend. Sow the seeds that would then come to germinate and then give you the fruits later on. That's what marketing really is. If you need customers, go now. 6 months from now, go networking now. Build those relationships. Build those friends. And build a community. When I say community, I mean people who know you, get to like you and trust you. The more of those you have, when the time comes for you to sell or get customers, all you need is a handful of them to say yes. I need your solution now, please. Can you help me? See, now you're not desperate. You're not begging. You're not panicked. And that's when you can then do what Amberly talked about, which is if you form a community on any platform, any marketing method, my friends, build those relationships. And those relationships, they don't happen by chance. If you don't love the people you're here to serve, they wouldn't show you the love in return. They won't buy from you. Love people who you're here to serve genuinely. How many times do we see people who say they care and they really don't give a monkey's? We see this every day. You see them too. I'm saying I truly love the people that you're here to serve. Anyone who buys from you, damn, show them more love than ever before. Someone asked me the other day, Andy, how do you show love to your customers? I'm like, wow, I give them above and beyond. I truly love them, and I spend time with them. They become my friends. That's showing the true love, right? Because that's when they bring the referrals. That's when they buy again from you. Now, maybe I'll tell you a trick, my friend, and I'll stop talking. If you want to build a business, you don't really need new customers every day. You need to keep the customers that you've got now. Repeat business is where the money is at. It's how every business works that makes money. Local shops, local pubs, local hotels. Everyone works by repeat business. Keep coming back, keep paying. It means I don't spend on marketing. I just keep serving and taking your money and serving more people. That's business for you, my friends. Let me stop talking.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And you're right. I think you talk about love the people. I'm really talking about love the people, right? And in business, people go into business thinking, I just want to make money. You see, so you guys are hearing, this is what you do. You care about people, the money will come, right? It's about the people, not about the money. It's about the people. The money comes with the service. So appreciate that. Appreciate that. I don't know if you can help us out. Some people are saying they're on another LinkedIn line or something like that. Is there any way we can merge them? I don't know if you can do that. But whatever you can come up with, let me know. All right. Because I want as many people to gain access to this as possible. So
The other thing you can do is go to your profile, Eric, and then click on the other LinkedIn, click on the other live link. So one's working, the other one's not, right?
Yeah. So the live link says that the event is about to start.
Right. So click on the other one.
Oh, no, that's already on. That's on. People are seeing
Yeah,
that.
I'm saying so that those who want to know which link to click on, you tell them which one it is, right?
Okay.
I can tell you it's the one that ends with 440.
Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. Here's the deal. What I did is I reposted this video. So everybody that's looking for the other one will see this, right? So that's all I can do. So, all right, folks. So we're going to keep going. The great news is it's recorded. It's recorded. So anybody that wants to see it will just go on my page and it's going to be there. So either LinkedIn or YouTube. But I do want to send a shout out to Coral from across the pond. She is here. Henry Stevenson is here. Welcome. Amaka is here. Good to see you. Islam is here. Let's see. Islam is here. And Brian Bing, good to see you. All right, so appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. Let's keep on going with this great topic. So I'm going to share real quick some information about our topic for today. Now, understand that there's a difference between marketing and sales, right? Marketing and sales. A lot of people understand marketing because marketing is getting people to see you, right? Putting yourself out there, right? So almost everybody understands that. They may not be good at it, but they understand it, right? Marketing just get people to see you. A lot more people getting attention. But now you have to go from getting people's attention to converting them into customers and clients. That's where a lot of people have hangups. Like, how do I do that, right? How do they, become clients? And a couple of tips I'll give you is, I think it was Amberly that said it, that you want to take people from social media, from all these different places, and actually meet with them, right? You actually want to meet with them. I heard of a guy that has 250,000 followers, I think on Instagram or something. And I was messaging him. Well, I actually know the guy, but I won't say his name, obviously. I was messaging him and said, I want to meet with him at a certain time. And he said, I can't meet during the day because I work during the day. So I said, oh, okay. So when we met, I said, you don't do your business full time? He said, oh, no, I don't make that. I don't make enough money to go full time. I said, but you have a lot of followers. He said, yeah, but I don't really know them. They just follow me. And that was perfect because that's what we get. People are just followers or people in an email list. You got to get to know these people. You got to get to literally know these people. How many people know you? I think Leah talks about that, right? So yeah, you have 30,000 followers, but how many of them actually know you? Like know you? If you don't have many, then you won't make much, right? So first thing you want to do is you want to get people on a Zoom meeting one-to-one, as many people as you can. You want to build rapport, get to know them so they know, like, and trust you. People buy from people they know, like, and trust, right? So you want to build rapport. Um, you want to find out, you want to ask questions to find out what they need, what goals do they have, what results do they want. So like Zion, for instance, he's a Mr. Positive Energy, right? So if he meets with somebody, he wants to know, so what is the purpose of you meeting with me today? Don't just assume that. He won't just assume that everybody wants to be positive. No, just what is the purpose, right? He wants to dig deep to find out what exactly is the reason why they're meeting, right? So you want to know why you're meeting, what are their goals, what are desires, and then what is the number one problem? What is the number one problem, right? Because when you have the problem, you can solve the problem, then they become a client or a customer. All right. So those are the things I want to share with regards to actually selling. And by the way, let me just say this. Selling is not making someone buy something they don't need so you can make money. That's not selling. If you think that's selling, that's why you're not selling. Because that's not selling. That's why you're not making any money, right? Selling is persuading somebody to buy something that's going to benefit them, right? There's nothing wrong with persuading if you're helping, right? If you're helping them get what they want. So that's the thing. That's what really leads to customers and clients. Customers and clients. So those are the kind of things I do. Number one, I help people with that. If you want to learn more about that conversation, go to successwitheric.com, successwitheric.com. Click on work with me, and you'll be able to, book a call and learn more about how to actually get people from prospect to client. All right. And then secondly, I want to share real quick that some of you know my event is coming up, my studio event. So, and that's another way to get clients, right? If you're a speaker, if you're a speaker, you want to speak on stage, go to studiospeaking.com. I'll put it in the chat, studiospeaking.com, and book a call if you're interested in that. All right, so let's keep on moving. Again, put some questions in the chat so we can answer this. And like I said, the recording will be available for everybody. We'll put it up. It'll be all over the place. All right. Okay. So our next speaker. Now we're going to go from Virginia. I didn't even tell everybody where I am. I'm in Virginia, folks, right outside of DC. I'm in Virginia. And now we're going to go all the way to Nigeria to a very special gentleman who is helping people all over the world. All over the world. Okay. He's known as Mr. Positive Energy. He shows you basically how to use positivity to enhance your life, right? To enhance your life. We live in a negative world. If you don't believe me, put on the news. The first 5 stories are the most negative things you've ever heard. Negative, negative, negative. We live in a negative world. So we need someone like Zion to change our perspective every day. So without further ado, I am going out to Nigeria to hear from Zion Anaguru. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's such a privilege to be here again, to be in the midst of these amazing speakers. I want to say happy first Monday of September to every one of you who are listening to us. It's so good to have you. And it's going to be a great month. Yes, it's going to be a great month. It's going to be an amazing month. It's going to be a blessed one. And I want you to believe that. Now, it's been an interesting conversation. I know we've all said a lot. I'm just gonna, say what you said before, but from a different perspective. I loved when Amberly and Leah spoke about referrals. It's good. It's very powerful. But one thing I will add to that is get referrals from credible people. Yes. So don't just get referral for the number's sake. Don't just get referrals for the sake of referrals. Get referrals for people who are credible. Because if you get referrals for people who are not credible, it will negatively affect you. So get referrals from people who are credible. And the consign of building relationship is key. I've been in a situation where somebody just connected with you for the very first time, and boom, they're giving you 10 lists or 20 lists of the things they do, and they're asking you, to patronize them or be their client. Things are not done that way. And I love the fact that my fellow speakers have already established that fact about building relationship and rapport. Because the truth is, the world is about people. Everything you do, you want new clients, you want more money, is about people. And that's why I always say people before profit. The ability for you to have the right people around you, profit will definitely come if you can place priority on people. So relationship building is key. It's very, very important. And when it comes to relationship building, you have to be consistent with it. Don't just say because you have built relationship today, the next time you're reaching out is, forever. So there has to be consistency in what you do, because people are watching. People has to get the confidence that yes, we are not just concerned about them, we are consistently concerned about them. We are not just about people for the sake of it, all right, but we are consistently concerned about people. When people see that on that scale, you are consistent in what you do, I tell you, you are going to attract the client that you need. And one point I want to make is the power of storytelling. Yes, leveraging the power of storytelling is key, and it's very, very important. You can do through video like Mr. Eric. Whenever I go to his TikTok, you see videos every day. Like, okay, his videos are everywhere. You can post articles or make any post you want to make, but make sure you are telling a story that people can resonate with, a story that people can actually relate with, a story that actually touches the hearts of people. Because when you tell story, it gives people an idea of who you are, what you do in the face of challenges, in the face of the difficulties, to be able to go through their story. So you must learn to leverage the power of storytelling. And lastly, I would say position yourself in positivity. You attract who you are. I tell you, you attract who you are. The person you have become will determine the kind of people you're going to attract. So position yourself in a place of positivity. It's key. Positivity will help you to see things in a different perspective. It will help you see things differently in a more positive way. In the midst of the challenges, in the midst of the difficulties, you tend to see the good in it. Now, positivity, it directly affects your mind. For some persons, they've done everything right, but they still don't believe that they are good enough to attract the right clients. Yes. So you must believe. You must believe that what I can attract the right clients, I can attract the right people to me. So mindset is key. Once you can think it, then it becomes your reality. That's why I always say this. When you are positive, you are possible. And in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. So thank you so much for listening. I yield the mic.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Zion. We appreciate that, and that's why we love to hear you. Or like I probably heard you 100 times, but it feels good to hear you again. Everybody needs some positivity in their life, right? I don't care who you are. Like we all need, and we need to be reminded of that. We need to be reminded of that because life can get hard, folks. You know that, right? Life can get hard, right? And we need positivity to keep us going, and we need to surround ourselves with the right people, like Zion said, right? That's truly important. People say, well, Eric, you seem like you're always up and upbeat and positive. Well, it's because I'm always around upbeat positive people, right? It's hard to be negative if you're around a positive person. Try being negative and hanging out with Zion, right? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, right? So yeah. So appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, so again, put some questions in the chat, folks. Questions in the chat. Welcome, Michael Rivers. Welcome. Put some questions in the chat. So, first of all, let me just go around the room real quick and ask you, what would you say is the most effective way of getting clients and customers? And I'm talking about from experience, from your experience, not philosophically. Okay, because we're all philosophers, right? No, like what has worked? What has worked? Okay. So whoever wants to share, go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, this is something that you talk about a lot, Eric, and I really have leaned into this is just giving free value. A lot of times people shy away from that. They think if I give it to them for free, they're never going to pay me for anything. But I find that the more you give, the more people want to hear. And so I just think that has been a game changer for me. It's just, I do my money minutes, golden nuggets, right? And so we all have the things, maybe you're not into social media to do your marketing that way, but whatever you can give, create an ebook, create a course, a master course, something that you can give away for free. And then people get to know you. It's more than something that's static. You want to be able for people to see your personality, the way you speak, just the way you move. Because I talk with my hands, and some people don't like that. I've had people tell me, Leah, stop using your hands. You use your hands too much. But I just, I'm a hand talker. So probably if you don't like hand talkers, I'm probably not going to be the right person for you. So with that, I hand it back to you, Eric.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Great advice. Great advice. Zan, go ahead.
All right, thank you. Well, for me, one thing that has really worked for me when it comes to getting clients that I've been applying every day, it's building relationship by hosting events. I host events practically every day, and by doing that, it gives me the opportunity, to keep talking about what I do, and outside the room, relationship continues. From there we have coffee chat, get to know one another. So for me, building using events as a catalyst to get more clients has really been helpful to me. So if you are there, you are still thinking about it, embrace events because they are very powerful. So that's my take.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is powerful. I am taking so many notes. All right. Thank you, Zan. Go ahead, Amberly.
So I'm going to piggyback on both Zion and Leah. When when you are when you are meeting people and you are figuring out their challenge areas, the areas of their struggle, and you are really just taking that in for a moment and thinking, okay, you're going to provide some value, and you're going to say, hey, listen, I I have a couple of tips and tricks, but if you would like to take it further, I am happy to go over this, this, and this with you. I think you will find extra value in what I have to offer, and it would be my honor to be able to work with you. When people feel again your love, your kindness, that you are willing to show up in a way to provide a solution, we have problems all over the place, you guys. I mean, we're trying to solve a issue, a problem for someone. So I think leading with kindness, bringing the value, and make it enough to where they want more. And then you will be able to move forward in that relationship. And I will tell you, any issue that I've ever had where someone was able to provide a solution for me, um, I keep going back. I always keep going back because how they made me feel. And that's what we always want to do, you guys. We always want to leave people better than we found them. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to speak to that real quick. I have one of my mottos that I talk about is always leave people better off than you found them, whether they pay you or not. Whether they pay you or not. And that's important because not everybody will meet you when they have money. Right? Right? Like, like I've had people contact me 6 months later, a year later, say, Eric, I just got my tax return. I'm ready now. Right? Now, what if I treated them like, like I treated them like they didn't matter when because they didn't have money? Right? And, oh, you don't have money? Okay, got to get off the call. Next call, right? Like they will never reach out to me. They will never refer business to me. They'll never follow me. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in that. You treat people well, no matter what. Okay, so that's one. So also want to talk a little bit about events that Zion was talking about. Um, Events are powerful because it's one to many, right? You're speaking about what you do to many people at the same time, right? So it's you get to your market faster when you do a lot of events. It's one too many. So I strongly believe in events. And then also think about this. You don't have to be an expert to have an event. You just have to get some people that can speak at the event, right? If you get some people, they can speak and you can just moderate, right? Right. So you can do events. And then somebody also talked about, let's see, yeah. So someone was talking about giving free information. I think it was Leah, or I'm not sure, but giving free information. Here's the deal, folks. And I didn't understand this too when I started out, but I want you to understand this today. When you give free information, people start to know, like, and trust you because they're like, wow, Amberly gave me that tip and it's really working for me. Wow. Even though I didn't pay her, right? So I'll tell you a true story. I was meeting with a lady once, and we're meeting on Zoom. And before I got into my course or coaching, she says, Eric, I'm ready to buy whatever you have. Whatever you have. Well, I said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, whatever program you have, I'm ready. I said, but do you actually know the content of what I teach or what I'm going to, what's in my program? She said, no, but I've seen so many of your videos and I've learned so much for free. I'm willing to pay for whatever program you have. And I'm like, wow, right? And that's basically it right there. Right. Another lady told me that. She says, I feel like I owe you. I feel like I should send you a check. And I like to, I'm a little goofy, so I said, oh yeah, here's my address, send it to me. I'm just joking. But she said, I feel like I owe you. Like I gained so much from you. You're listening to your events and all your speakers and your videos and everything. You're like, I just feel like I owe you. And then she said, when I have money, I'm gonna reach out to you. Like, that's powerful. Like, and I was just meeting with her and giving her free advice. Right? She said, when I have money, I'll reach out to you. And she said, in the meantime, I'll promote everything you do. So I got a promoter, right? So that's, so there's nothing like it. People say, well, I don't want to give out all my information. Here's the deal. How's it going for you now that you're not giving out your information for free? How much you make it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I want to hold on to all this information. Well, how's that working for you? Right? You can't, information's unlimited. You can't give away everything you know. Don't you learn every day? I mean, don't you grow every day? I know more now than I did last week, right? So yes, I just wanted to touch on that. Annie, I know you dropped out. Did you want to address that question or not?
What's the question? It's my my
It's been
my
so long that
keyboard
I
fell
forgot
off.
the question. The question is, what is your most effective way of getting clients and customers? Like, what has worked for you?
Well, in truth, today events is what is what works for me best. Like you say, the chance to talk to people in real time, and I guess at every event we are giving away knowledge for free, really. Like you said, right? We're sharing with people. But I think events have an added benefit where we're talking to people in real time. You mentioned earlier, Eric. Talking to people is everything. Even big companies have salespeople for a reason because they need lots of people to talk to loads of people, right? And the companies that still do telesales with their phone people. I think we have to find a way to talk to people in real time. And that's what in events. You have to picture how like an audio event works. Essentially, we're on stage, we're the hosts, you have speakers, you have all sorts, right? So, but the trick I find over and over, Eric, is bringing the audience up to come and talk. A lot of people go to events, they want to talk their way through it, and they want to talk all the way through it. I'm like, stop, don't do that. You can do that if you want, but if you want to get clients, get them to come and talk because they'll tell you their problems and how you can help them fix it. That's golden, right?
Yes.
So before that, the networking was my thing. So I was networking 7 days a week. Again, the chance to meet real people and talk to them in real time It's what really everything comes down to. Let's start hiding behind the screen and the keyboard. I think that's going to work. You can attract people, but you can't really. They won't remember you unless you actually talk to them. And when you talk to them, and say, I always have one policy, one approach, one strategy, Eric. That's simply that leave everyone you speak with a sense of a feeling of increase. Leave them better off than when before they met you. If you do that, they remember you every time. I'm not saying spend money. I'm not saying do anything extraordinary. I'm saying just by listening to people, by hearing what's important to them, and making them realize that that's important. What their concern is important, their skills are important, their needs are important. So there's something about them that's special. If you can do that, everyone's going to remember. They'll remember you. So
Yes.
it's not what you do for them; it's how you make them feel. They say, right? That's the point. That only comes from talking to people in real time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It is about how you make people feel. It is. And I think most people don't realize that, right? They're like, I just want to get a sale. But they're always gonna give you money if they don't feel good about you, honestly. Um I talk about how people will pay you more than the next guy because they trust you and they like you. Right. So imagine having a product or service and somebody else has a cheaper one, but people are coming to you and paying more because they want to work with you. That's powerful. And that's building the know, like, and trust, right? If you're just competing on price, then you commoditize it. Then why do you even matter? Then you're just commoditizing everything, right? I heard someone say, "Well, my strategy is I find out what the price is and I make it cheaper." Well, that kind of strategy is, number one, your clients will look at it like, okay, what you have to offer is not that important if it's cheap. And number two, do you really want to make the least money of everybody in your industry? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a very amateurish way of looking at it, right? You provide so much value that it doesn't even matter how much it costs. Like, I'll find the money. I want to work with you. You're the best. You know what I mean? So yeah, focus on value more. Focus on value. So, all right. So let's see. Another question here is a question. This is another question. And by the way, once you answer the question, let us know how we can reach you. By the way, for Zion, he dropped off, but just go to Zion's page. Click on it on LinkedIn, Zion and Aguru. If you can, if somebody can put it in the chat there, because he's not here anymore. But or go to my page and you'll see Zion connected to me. Contact him. All right, he can definitely help you, especially if you're looking for ways to stay motivated and be positive and stuff like that. All right. So the question is, what is the biggest challenge you faced in your journey in marketing or sales or whatever you do? What's the biggest challenge and how have you overcome it to be able to get to the other side? So anybody can go first. Go ahead, Amberly.
So I just put it out there because that's what I do. And I am going to be vulnerable and say confidence because I was made fun of most of my life and told that I didn't matter and I wasn't important. And I was able to go through a journey and find a place where I was able to rebuild my life and go on a spiritual journey that led me to really find out my gifts and how I can bless and serve others. So, which is our ultimate purpose in this world, you guys, is to bless and serve others. So, um, that was probably my biggest challenge. And once I was able to love myself and honor myself and set boundaries and focus on the things that were most important to me and who I was serving, then it was a total game changer. So now I show up in a place where I have value to share with others. I have experienced so many areas within my life. So I am relatable, and I understand where a lot of people are coming from, because we all start somewhere. We all start somewhere. So you can reach me on all the socials, all of them. TikTok, keep on sharing, LinkedIn, Facebook, um, Instagram, all. Just reach out to me. I would love to get to know you, how I can bring value to you, and what I can do to leave footprints on your heart. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Leah, did you want to go? Okay, let's go. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's such a great question. So for me, it was really sharing my story. In the beginning, when I started in the industry, I was going through a divorce. I was so broke, I couldn't pay attention. Like, it was awful. I was driving a 2002 Honda Accord with over 200,000 miles on her. My friends made fun of me. They called her Helga, like it had a dent in the door. I would park around the corner down the block for my clients and, don't walk me to my car. I'm fine. Right. But what I realized was that was, when I realized that when I could start sharing my story, that's when people could really start to get to know who you are. I don't want people to know that. Right. But my mentor taught me that if you are not turning anyone off, then you will never have the ability to turn anyone on. So the people who wouldn't resonate with me, the people who are going to judge me for going through a divorce, the people who are going to judge me for my car, they were going to judge me anyway. So have the courage to really share your story. And that's when people can really get to know you. And like Eric said, that's the know, like, and trust factor. Because many people do what we do. You could flip a coin and find a million people who sell insurance, right? They're everywhere, but not everybody has my story. So that's what I'd like to share. Thank you so much, Eric. My best platform is LinkedIn. I'm all over social media, but my best platform is definitely LinkedIn. I love to have a coffee chat with you. So hand it back to you, Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wow, these are powerful. I think I need to share my story too, right? Thank you so much. Thanks for being transparent. Yes, we thank you for that. Annie, you have a tough
You
act to
know,
follow.
yeah,
Tough
no,
act
it's
to follow.
true. Look, I think it's a bit from Leah's point, really. I think the self confidence thing was my problem. So if I'm a confident guy, and I was happy, positive, but deep down, there's always that doubt in your mind. Can I? Will I? Would they buy? Can I do what they want? And that's a deep thing. And so once I started thinking that, people could sense that as well. And ultimately, it reflects on everything. It reflects on the stories you tell. It reflects on your pricing above all else. For years, I underpriced myself deliberately, thinking if I charge them what I should, what's cost me to run a business, they'll run away. They'll go somewhere else and buy it cheaper. And it took me, taking me not only probably recently to realize, I am that person who does what I do, and I can charge pretty much what I wish because I deliver what I say I'm going to deliver. That's the biggest lesson I probably had to learn in business. But with that self confidence comes many other things. You can create more. You can form the right relationships. You can tell the right stories. You can make mistakes and still survive. You can put things right. When things go wrong, you find solutions rather than saying, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know." So I think that self confidence in what in you and that's number one, really. People talk about self love today. Actually, but without that self love, you are going around. You're just going round and round. That's what I truly had to overcome to get to where I am today.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. As
So
always.
my thing is LinkedIn. But my LinkedIn profile is in the chat. So do connect with me there. I love to connect with everyone. If you want to buy from me, I don't really care. I just want to know who you are. I love to meet people. I got 3 meetings today, for example. I love to meet people every day. I just love to meet new people.
Appreciate that. I remember the first time I met Annie, he didn't talk about any product. Like he didn't try and sell me anything. I'm like, how does this guy make money? But guess what? I ended up buying from him. It is not weird, right? It's not weird. Like he wasn't trying to get me to buy anything, but I ended up buying and sending him money for it, right? So that's how it works. It's amazing how that works. You know what I mean? So he just helps people. So awesome. Okay, so we have about 4 minutes here. Someone asked a question let me just see it here. Nancy asked something here. She wants to know about her questions related to courtesy, professionalism, and respect in the digital age. She said a lot of people ghost her online. I guess when she sets an appointment or something like that. So if anybody can speak to professionalism in the digital age, one thing I'll say real quick is that be a person of your word. Like do what you say you're gonna do. I have people that book appointments and don't show up. And then, I messaged them and like, oh, I totally forgot. And then they said, can I reschedule? And I said, I'll give you one more chance to reschedule. And I said that directly because I'm not going to show up the second time. And then you ghost me and then said, can I reschedule again? No. After 2 times, I'm not talking to you anymore because you're not serious, because you don't value my time. You don't value your time, apparently. Right. So that's one thing. Just don't set an appointment if you don't think you're going to show up. Don't set an appointment. And if you can't show up, let them know in advance. You're not coming. Right. Someone said to me, well, Eric, can you remind me? Here's the deal. You'll actually get an email to remind you. But as an adult, you should be able to put it in your calendar. You should be able to set your alarm. Like nowadays, there are a million ways to remember. Right. Back in the day, it was just this. This was the only way you can remember, right? Now there's a million ways, right? So don't ask people, can you remind me? That is, really? You should be able to do that. You should be able to know, right? If it's important to you, right? So anyway, anybody want to share? We have 3 minutes. Anybody want to talk about that? Go ahead, Emily.
As far as social media goes, I really think, and this is just my perspective, I think when you're sharing your passion and people can see that come out on social media, I think it shows who you are. And again, it all comes back to really being authentic. People want, I really think people can smell fake from a mile away. I think if you really show up within your passion, they can see what's behind your vision. I think people are going to be curious to find out more. It plain and simple.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Anybody else? Go ahead, Annie. Go ahead, real quick. Got 1 minute.
Leah, go first. Ladies first. Always.
Okay, go ahead, Leah.
I would just say really quick, this can get deep, but it's really how you pre-frame it. And I'm telling you from the beginning, I rarely get no-shows, but it's really how you pre-frame it, how you set it up, right? If they ask you to give them a reminder, you know what, I would love to, but I am so busy that I would hate to tell you I'm going to remind you and I'm on another appointment. Really, I set appointments in the beginning on the 15 and the 45-hour mark so that I'd set myself apart. I wasn't meeting at 6 o'clock because everything happens at 6 o'clock, just like 6:15, 6:45. So there's a lot of psychology you could do, but really pre-framing it really good to make sure that people are going to be a person of their word. That's another thing. You're a person of your word, aren't you? Great. Well, I'm going to protect that time for you. I know you're going to protect that time for me. So I said too much. Sorry.
No, you didn't. Thank you. Appreciate
Never
that.
say too much. Look,
And,
I think
did you tell us how we can reach you? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that was earlier, right?
Okay, she did. Okay, go ahead.
Look, I think when you're talking to the wrong people, they tend to ghost you. If you can help someone, your ideal customer, your target audience, they'll tend to show up. No, the way if someone doesn't show up, like you say, Eric, I don't give them a second chance. I might give you a second chance at a push. You have to convince me why I should. And normally I just say no, sorry. Next maybe another lifetime we might do it again, right? But literally, it's not meant to be. Move on to the next person. Again, don't talk to one person. Build a community. If one lets you down, chance of 10 letting you down that's pretty unheard of, right?
Exactly.
So build a community of people rather than relying on that one person.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, folks. So that ends our call for today. We appreciate everybody being here. I see you, Carlene. Thank you, Michael Rivers. Thank you for being here. For me, if you guys want to reach me, just go to Eric F. King. Okay, on all social media, basically. Eric F. King, or successwitheric.com, successwitheric.com. If you want to see more about what I do or meet with me, click on work with me. All right. So yeah, now the comments are rushing in. Okay. Well, thank you so much. We have to go. We'll be here again next week, same time, another great topic. Appreciate everybody. And I'll let everybody get back to what they're doing this morning. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you this morning. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.